in the excitement and sleep deprived and emotional state I was in, I kind of completely forgot to vlog, even though I really wanted to. So now we're doing a recap, which is probably pointless, but to be honest, I think I just want to cry. But Nick joined us a little bit more. He came to Australia for a little kind of whirlwind promo tour. He performed at Mardi Gras. He did a few different radio shows and such. And then last minute they announced that he was going to do Sunrise. Sunrise on like the Friday before announced he was going to be on the show next week, which was the least helpful thing they've ever said. Someone finally told us what day he was going to be on. And so I booked flights on like Tuesday to fly out first thing Thursday. I couldn't get in earlier than Nick. The other girls were all at the airport and apparently it was a mess. All these fans appeared out of nowhere for Nick. Don't know where they've been the last like decade, but they're here now apparently and at the airport trying to meet Nick. Eventually I got to Sydney and I got to meet the Sydney Jonas girls, which was super exciting. Nick posted a couple of photos, so we kind of got our catfish on and then we figured out where he was. We went down to Universal, and then on the way we kind of got a little bit excited because we found posters advertising the album and took to running down the streets and taking them.
Please, thank you. One side. I feel like I'm ready to crack off. Someone get it! Wait.
Yeah! Oops, thanks for the posters, Universal. Because we knew Nick was either in there or he'd left, so we were just lurking there in case. Darby from the X Factor like awkwardly walks out and we're like, hi, how are you? Is Nick Jonas in there? The producers of Sunrise were there and we ended up getting in a massive chat with them and they're just like the coolest guys. So naturally we took a squad photo. They told us that Nick had left Universal. He'd like snuck off earlier. Probably while we were taking the posters off the street signs, to be honest. They're like, oh well, let's go get some food, go get ready to go camp out. We go to Martin Place at like midnight and then set up camp. There was only like one other person there when we got there and we're like, cool, this works. 2 AM I started a bit of an art class. Jackie and I started painting and drawing on our signs. I'd never camped out at Sunrise. I always wanted to do it. I've just never been able to. And I always pictured it to be a lot like more seedy and unsafe than it was. But Channel 7 have security and the security guy would stand outside and like come and like check on us and do like laps of the building. Nick takes a different entry into the building and then he finally came out and performed Jealous. And then he did a little interview. We'd been promised he was going to come out. And so then he kind of starts heading to the door after the interview and we're like, oh, here he comes, like, here we go. When Nick comes out, we literally, like, we don't even say anything to him. We just get really excited because John Taylor's behind him. So we're all like, no way, John Taylor. And John's just like, oh, here we go. Like, they've been here a long time. And then he comes up and chats to us and we're just talking to him. And Nick's like, I'll come back, I promise. And goes to the other end of the barrier first. Nick comes up and he starts, like, taking photos with everyone and signing everyone's stuff. And he's like making sure we all get like everything that we wanted, like he's going really slow with it. Nick was like super, super nice to us. Like I literally only know the girls I was with through the Jonas Brothers and it's just, I don't know, they've just kind of like, it's been so many years of supporting them and like so many friends and so many memories and just so much, I don't know, it was just like, it meant so much to actually finally meet him. And so we got to just kind of thank him for everything. He was like, he looked at us like he was so appreciative. He like had the biggest smile. And it's just, it's a really good feeling to be able to actually finally meet someone after almost a decade of being a fan. Like, it was one of those things that it kind of got to the point where you're like, I'm never going to meet them. Especially once the band broke up. Like, it was such a good feeling. I'm going to start crying again. This happens every time I talk about it. I realised that we'd all gotten photos and like we hadn't missed anyone because a couple of people missed out at the airport. We literally all just kind of like started like bowling. After you meet someone you've been waiting to meet for so many years and it was like such a good experience, like you kind of just get like really like relieved and emotional and happy. We kind of tried a couple more times to meet him, but then we were kind of at the same time like we were happy with what we got and we were grateful for what we got, so we didn't really push it. We're like, nah, we'll just leave him alone, we'll just go do our own thing. It was such a last minute, way more expensive than it should have been, whirlwind kind of trip, but it was the best idea. Like, I'm so glad I did it. I would have regretted not going so much. All the Jonas girls are like my new favourite people in the world. Like, they're so great and we had so much fun. Like, I'm generally quite clingy and emotionally attached to them considering I literally met them for 40 hours and I don't know how to end this. Thanks for watching if anyone watched it. Congrats for making it this far because I'm pretty sure I've been talking for like half an hour. But alright.